Okay, this is Roy Salt along with Kenny Jacobs of Volusia County Speedway here in old sunny Florida in February. Kenny, once again, congratulations on the year you had.
Well, yeah, we had an excellent year last year. The Tim Hughes J&J Kreiner engine race car was just fast all year, and we had an excellent year last year.
Kenny, was this all planned? In other words, did you start out the year with intentions of finally winning a championship? You'd been a runner-up several times and never quite that winner, and now you've done it.
Yeah, that was the plan going into it. I never won a championship. I've tried to win it last year, made the fourth time that I actually tried to win a championship. So it was neat to do that and get that out of the way. And this year we're just going to race and have some fun and try to win some races.
Kenny, are we going to be in a different ride this year, or what's the deal? In other words, you know, a lot of the fans have already asked me. I don't have the answer. I'm talking to the man that may have the answer, but I know always this is kind of iffy because you really don't know. You said you were in the pits there for the IRL deal and all this kind of stuff. So is there something in the plans?
Well, right now, Roy, I'm kind of speechless. This deal with Tim kind of set me back. It just happened a week ago, and I knew nothing of it. I didn't see it coming. So right now I'm without a ride. Junior Holbrook and Janet Holbrook were nice enough to give me this good car to race, and we did real well in the 360 races. And last night we fought the car a little bit. Tonight it'd be pretty good. But after Florida's done, I don't have a job. So if there's any car owners out there looking for a good driver, I'll be ready. But we'll just see what happens. Something will come available, and things always have a reason for happening. And we'll just take this the best we can, and hope what comes in the future will be even better than what I had in the past.
Kenny Jacobs with a very good attitude, and certainly that's the kind of driver you want to pick up. Kenny, congratulations once again, and hopefully you'll get a good one going this year.
Well, I sure hope so, Roy. Thank you very much.
Once again, we're here at Volusia County Speedway, and a beautiful sunny day, and all February looking real good, Jack, and new paint scheme and everything. How's this car 22 going to do this year?
Yeah, I think we should be pretty good. You know, we're shaking everything down here in Florida, so the car feels real good right now. We got one night on it, and hopefully we'll have to get a little quicker.
Jack, can we say a little bit about that sponsor? I know the fans have seen you traditionally in the yellow, and here it is in a different color. Could you explain a little bit to us and what the sponsor is?
It's Big Daddy's barbecue sauce, and it looks like it's going to turn out to be a real good sponsor for us. And you know, we don't know a whole bunch about it right now, but after Florida here, I'm sure we're going to know what's going on.
Okay, that sounds very good. Now I'd like to know a little bit about IRL and a few other things. I talked to Kenny Jacobs a few minutes ago. He's been scouting around in pit areas and everything, and just thought maybe you might have something in the horizon, something that may come up later on, or a possibility.
Well, we're you know, talking to a few car owners and hopefully get another test session, and we're just kind of going to go from there.
Okay, this is Jack Hotshill and Roy Salt having a good time here in sunny Florida. Once again, we're in the pit area here at Volusia County on that sunny afternoon and evening, and Greg Hotnett with a big smile on his face. No wonder he had a big win last night. Greg, could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, we were very fortunate to start on the front row. We qualified 6th, and the All-Stars now in berth 6 every evening. So we were really fortunate to start on the front row and have a decent time. And you know, we were a little bit lucky in that respect, but in the same thing, we kind of took advantage of our opportunity and kind of stuck it up front and kept it there.
I don't know, the car looked awful good. It seems to me that you had it probably handling better than anybody out there. It didn't skate around like a lot of the cars did, so could you tell us a little bit about your pit crew, what they had done? In other words, they seemed to have the tire pressure, the shocks, and everything all together.
Yeah, this is actually the car we ended the year with last year. We just kept the same Maxim car, and we were trying different, we actually ran Hoosiers last evening just to try them out. A lot of guys had success here last year with them, or in Florida in general. So we wanted to try it out, and actually worked pretty good. Crew chief Lee Stopper, he worked all winter on these motors, trying to get them run even better than they were last year, which they ran great last year, but they seem to step it up a notch or two. And it shows up on the racetrack, so it makes my job look even easier.
Okay, what are we going to shoot for this season?
Well, right now we don't have any set schedules either with All-Stars, Pennsylvania Outlaws. It really doesn't matter. We just want to go be competitive every night when we race, and right now I think the guys have done a great job all winter in preparing to do that. So we just got to try to keep it up, be as fast as possible wherever we do decide to race, and you know, just try to win some races. That's the big thing right now. For me in my career, that's one thing that I haven't had a lot of. Raced with the Outlaws for several years, and it's very tough to win races on that circuit, as with any circuit. But now I think with these guys, the equipment they have, communication base that we've developed over the past, say, 6 months, I think we have an opportunity to win a lot of races, so we're going to try to take advantage of that.
Greg, tell the race fans a little bit how you happened to get this ride.
Actually, I was Brad Purvis let go of or fired from the Vibrant ride last year. It was we weren't doing very as well as we needed to be doing from both my career, the team, and the sponsors' thoughts anyway. And they felt the best thing to do was for them to hire another driver, which they did. They got a really good one in Tim Schaefer. And when he left this ride, we just kind of switched rides. So it was just it actually very fortunate for me that I got with these guys, and we've developed, like I said, a good communication base. And we're just going to try to do the best we can every night.
Sounds like it's going the right direction. Once again, congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Bye.
Somebody jumped out of positions there a little bit. Got us a little bit messed up, but Leonard Lee back in order now. 14.518. 14.518. First lap for Leonard Lee. Got a little bit high there. This is Joey Saldana out of Brownsburg, Indiana. Car number 17, the Mopar car that I mentioned a little bit earlier. Joey Saldana, second generation driver out of Brownsburg, Indiana. 14.157 is first lap. 14.157 for Joey Saldana. 14.189 is second lap. 14.189. This is Kelly Kinzer out of Bloomington, Indiana. Car number 4K. Kelly Kinzer out of Bloomington, Indiana. The Kinzer logging car. Kelly Kinzer. 14.508. 14.508. First lap for Kelly Kinzer. 14.353 is second lap. 14.353 for Kelly Kinzer. Bill Robertson. This is Bill's first appearance at the Volusia Speedway. Well, he was here last night, but 14.883. 14.883, the first lap for Bill Robertson. 14.736. This is Kevin Huntley out of Bloomington, Indiana. Car number 7. Kevin Huntley, a two-time All-Star champion out of Bloomington, Indiana. The pup, Kevin Huntley. 14.316. 14.316, the first time for Kevin Huntley. 14.215 is second lap. 14.215. This is Mike Frost out of Zion, Illinois, in car number 88. Mike was not with us last night. This is his first night of racing here in Florida. Mike Frost out of Zion, Illinois. 14.457. 14.457 lap for Mike Frost. 14.512 is second lap. 14.512. This is Jeff Shepard out of Upperville, Maryland. Jeff Shepard out of Upperville, Maryland in car number 4J. Less than Linda Stewart, the owners of the car. 13.995. Mark Bailey a little bit quicker. 13.995. 14.041 is second lap. 14.041. Your second place finisher last night, Lance DeWeese out of Mount Alto, Pennsylvania, in car number 461. Walt Dyer, the owner of that car. Lance DeWeese. 14.080, the first lap for Lance DeWeese. 14.024, the second lap for Paul McMahon out of Barberville, California. Jim Gore to the Speedway office. Jim Gore, Speedway office, please. 14.695. 14.695, the first lap for Paul McMahon. This is a Gurney engine car. 14.462, that was his quick lap. 14.462. This is Billy Pouch out of Bridgetown, New Jersey, in car number 1, the Simcoe Speed Shop sponsored car. Billy Pouch, Bridgetown, New Jersey. 14.346. First lap for Billy Pouch. 14.440. Second lap for Billy Pouch. Blaney out of Hartford, Ohio, in car number 93. Dale Blaney in the Amoco sponsored car. Out of Hartford, Ohio, Dale Blaney. 14.739, the first lap for Dale Blaney. 14.578 is best. 14.578 for Dale Blaney. This is PJ Chesson out of Bar Hills, New Jersey. PJ Chesson. 14.073 is second lap, and his first lap, top qualifier this evening. This is last night's feature winner from Memphis, Tennessee, now living in York, Pennsylvania, Greg Hotman. Greg Hotman, Minneapolis, Illinois, number 12. 14.054, the first lap for Greg Hotman. 14.041, his second lap. 14.041. This is Dean Jacobs out of Worcester, Ohio, in car number 8 DJ. Dean Jacobs. 14.394 is first lap. He got it upside down last night. 14.394 is first lap for Todd Schaefer. 14.430. This is Terry McCall out of Pleasant Hill, Iowa. It's car number 24. Second generation driver, Terry McCall. 14.602. First lap for Terry McCall. 14.485 is second lap. 14.485. Frankie Kerr out of Fremont, Ohio in car number 23S. A former All-Star champion several times. Frankie Kerr. 14.229. The first lap for Frankie Kerr. Stan Shelf, the owner of the car. 14.257. Joe Gurdy out of Rochester, Indiana. Car number 8, Joe Gurdy. And I see his dad here, the Gurdy engine building family. Joe Gurdy out of Rochester, Indiana. 14.236. 14.236. First lap for Joe Gurdy. 14.119 is best lap. 14.119. Freddie Raymer out of Southwardsville, Pennsylvania. The Al Hamilton car number 77. Fast Freddie Raymer. A lot of feature wins last year. 14.525, the first lap for Freddie Raymer. 14.525, the Lincoln Speedway champion. 14.559, his transplant out of Pennsylvania. 14.410, the first lap for Kenny Adams. 14.324 is Tim Schaefer. 15.039. 15.039, the first lap for Tim Schaefer. 14.954 is Danny the Dude Lasowski. Danny Lasowski. Danny out of the Show Me State. 14.279. 14.279, the first lap for Danny Lasowski. 13.919. 14.589. 14.589, the first lap for Danny Smith. 14.612. Kenny Jacobs out of Holmesville, Ohio in car number 8. Kenny Jacobs. Last year's All-Star champion. 14.407. 14.407, the first lap for Kenny Jacobs. 14.334 is for the first lap for Butch Schroeder. 15.162 is second lap. 15.162. This is Gary Wright out of Hook, Texas, in car number 9. Gary Wright. Salina engine in that car. 14.335 14.351. 14.351. The first lap for Gary Wright. 14.054. Jack Honshield out of Worcester, Ohio. Jack Honshield from Worcester, Ohio. The first lap for Jack Honshield. A little bit quicker that time, 14.527, the best lap for Jack Honshield in car number 22. Jerry McCarl and Kelly Kinder on that front row. I have an opportunity to talk to Kelly Kinder a little bit earlier, and I'll tell you what, he'd really like to win this point championship down here this February. Hasn't ever won one down here, but certainly would be the guy that's going to put out a lot of effort on all of these efforts out there. But Kelly Kinsler is going to put the hammer down and really put out a first-class effort here in that first heat. 24. McCarl got the jump on him and took a little lead in that car number 24. So Terry McCarl, and it looks like we've got a problem on the backstretch. Want to go back and do it another time. PJ Chesson in that third row, that car number 76, been passed all evening. Kevin Grobrak in car number 11. One of the jobs that made us get racing. Not ready to put the hammer down. The white line's ready for him. And here we go. Let's go. And the 17 up high now. Trying to get him out. Kelly Kinsler, he does it. Jerry McCarl is your leader in car number 24. Joey Saldana, 17. Kelly Kinsler about to go back to the fourth spot now. Jerry McCarl, Joey Saldana, Kelly Kinsler. Hold on back. Fourth spot now. Challenging Kinsler. Jerry McCarl with a big lead in car number 24. Joey Saldana, 17. Kelly Kinsler in third. Fourth spot. Car number 11. Jerry McCarl got the hammer down and move it on. They come down the front side. Number 24. Saldana 17. Kelly Kinsler at 4. Beginning to stretch it out just a little bit now. Now we're getting into lap traffic there for our leader, Jerry McCarl. McCarl at 24. Kelly Kinsler at 4. Joey Saldana. That was Kelly Kinsler in that car number 4K. Dale Blaney beginning to move up there to the latter part of the races. Car number 93 to have a good finish. Of course, Greg Hodden in that car number 12 has got to be number 1 in points so far. And then Lance DeWeese, that car number 461, of course, is second. Shaper on that front row. didn't want to run them for but boy, the Danny the Dude Lasowski running in that number 2 spot. I'll tell you what, a real good move there to Danny Lasowski. He just had another lap. He thinks he probably would have done it, but it was a dandy.
Around. Here we go, just about to turn them loose. And Roy, there's some awfully strong cars towards the rear of this pack. I'm shelved back there, the 22 car, the black and silver machine. Look at Gary right at the inside of row number 3. This should be a dandy.
No doubt about it, we got all the hot shoes in this one. It seems like we got a bunch of 22s in it, that's for sure. So you have to identify the black 22 of on shield, the white 22 of Duncan. We've got the hammer down. We're on back there. Right there in front, but Kenny Jacobson, car number 8. We're going back and do it another time. Jerry Raymond, normally been running the Crown motors, now running the Salina motors in that car number 9. Looks good as they come through 3. Put the hammer down at turn number 4. And we're going at it. Got out there early. So off to 88, 6. And we're going back to do it another time. Give everybody an ample opportunity to win this heat race. So Feldman in 6th, Faulkner 88. We'll do it another time. Looks good as they come in the 4 now. I think we got to go through it. Feldman, car number 6, had a slide in. Looks like Mike Cross in car number 88. Cross, that's a problem. Over in turn number 2. Mike Cross spoke considerably on the racetrack. Feldman a leader in turn number 6. Gary Lane in car number 9 up to that third position. Bob Feldman in car number 6 out of Franklin, Pennsylvania.
lap. And then Gary right in that car number 9. Boy, I'll tell you, come on. Bob Beldley led it, and then he finally finished in the 3rd position in that car number 6. And then it was Chesson in that car number 22. Shepard and 4J. Car number 34, and then Brian Cheney in that car number 20S.
Forget it. Okay. No, it's won't blow them out this time.
Okay, it looks like we're about ready to get the hammer down with our 14th. We've got a car down in turn number 1. We'll need a push truck in turn number 1. We'll go back and do it another time. So, Joe Rowan, turn number 52, Paul McMahon, and you too will be ready to put the hammer down the white line and turn number 4 another time. Looks good now as they come through 3. Begin to accelerate just a little bit now as they come into 4. We've got it going. Got out early. Joe Rowan, car number 52, made a good move there and took over the lead immediately. So Joe Rowe on the move in car number 52. Joe Rowan, car number 52. Her in 23. Billy Powell in 1. Joe Gurney in that car number 8 beginning to move. Then the one in the picture. Joe Rowe held on for that one, and at car number 52, Frankie Kerr tried to get him several times. Run into a lap car down here at turn number 4, lost a little momentum, but Joe Rowe holds on to win this one at car number 52. Then it was Frankie Kerr in at car number 23, Billy Pouch in 1, Paul McMahon into U2, and then 8 of Joe Gurney. I think that's the way it was. To get underway with our C-Main. Look good as they come out of 4 now. Got the hammer down. Vinegar and Lemonell. That off into the lead, but Butch Roeder down to turn number 2. Car number 7. Larry Vinegar and Lemonell. Butch Roeder in car number 7, running into second spot. That's Mike Wilson at car number 53. Jeff Reinhardt in the lead. Larry Vinegar still holds on to the lead. Butch Pinniger. Butch Schroeder in that car number 7 finishes in the number 2 spot. Then it was Greg Wilson in car number 63, Jeff Barnhart in car number 2B. Those were your top 4 finishers. They will advance. Larry Pinniger.
And get ready to settle in once these deep feature events are about to transpire. Roy Sauce back in the booth. Roy, we're just about ready to rumble here in this B-main as they're almost ready to go green.
Looks like we're about ready to get underway. PJ Chesson on that front row in 76 and Lance Louise in 461. PJ Chesson got out there a little bit early. That 461 went right with him. So we know we're going to get a caution flag. We didn't like that start. Mike Frost in the red number 88. Leonard Lee in 16L. Jack Hochschild in car number 22. 96 of Breezy Whitworth. And then the blue and white 22 of Rodney Duncan. John Bankston in the 8. Brian Ellenberger in 20. Bill Robertson in car number 16. Jared Hall in 51. Tim Schaefer 55. As we're about ready to get underway another time. Ready for the hammer down. Taking over the lead now. That's car number 461. DeWeese in 461. Chesson is back to 34. Chesson in 76 was finishing in that fourth spot.
Hilliard, Florida. On the outside of him, out of Wisconsin, is Steve Eisenberg. Row 3 is the RB1. We got a little rest miles so far.
If you would, raise your hands. Come on, let's get up there and cheer them on. They can hear you too if you yell a little bit, so they'll put on a show for you. They're waving back at you. Please help them out. The All-Stars, Circuit of Champions. They thank you. Racing action pattern now. The next time around, we'll give them read, and we're going at it. 20 laps. Greg Hodnett, last night's feature winner. He was your feature winner last night. He's in a good position to win another one tonight. But Kevin Goldreich might have something to say about that. That's Carnival 11 as well. Lance Luis in 461. Jeff Shepard in 4J. Wasowski in that 1L in a good position as well. DJ Chesson in 76 outside of that third row. And we're about ready to go at it. Looks like we got the hammer down. Goldreich got out early in that carnival. Put the hammer down and is in a solid first place now, but things changed. Reese, Gerties, Kreiner, Davey Brown, and I confirm a new one, Salina. So Gary Rice has a Salina engine in his car, number 9W. racetrack. In 76, PJ Chesson. PJ holding right in there for a good while. Looks good. He's backing him down just a little bit. Kevin Gobrecht really weaved through that traffic. Beautiful. Got over in 1 and 2, had a little bit of a problem with the left car or a car that he was trying to pass. And I'll tell you what, I thought maybe that was going to be it. But Kevin Gobrecht held on to it, won this one big time. So as soon as he comes around, race fans, let's give him a big round of applause. He certainly deserves that. He worked hard for that. That guy come to win. Kevin Gobrecht.